Turn it this way. Early. Early.
Yo, another episode early.
Hey, we back in?
We back in here, man.
66?
66.
So
you know what I'm
lit.
saying? Now we reporting live from Miami, dog.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
We
this is
out
the first
here.
little postal show, right? Took
Yeah.
it on the house.
Yeah, first time we
took it on the
road.
road.
Took it on the road for sure.
Yeah.
We got a special guest, Supreme Art Dealer, in the house with
Yes,
us.
sir.
Warm welcome, bro. Welcome to the show, man.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate y'all.
Shit, appreciate the hospitality.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? We're in his
spot.
spot. You know what I'm saying?
Nice spot.
So, yeah, man, we out here for Bitcoin Miami.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What's the vibe been like for y'all thus far? Like, how would y'all assess how it's been so far,
bro? Like, definitely coordinated this shit with Supreme off top because you know this shit was coming down. Knew it was gonna be a good little play to plug in or whatnot. So went ahead and came down here, went to the conference, plugged in with some of the artists, and collectors that have been showing love within the space type shit. But it's been dope, bro. Like Supreme, like what's your take on your shit so far, man?
Shit been up, man.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna even lie. Like shout out to Skrilla, real Skrilla. Really was like the reason I even came down here and shit.
Sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like he convinced you to come? You wasn't going to?
He booked me to come down.
Oh,
here.
word. Word.
Lit. Yeah. So, we did the party. Been going to the convention. You know what I'm saying? We did a yacht party. Shit been up. Like,
yeah.
It
sounds like it. Shit, I've been here for one day. Yesterday was my first day here, bro. It was up. Like a lot of shit going on. I was at the Solana Hacker House. You know what I'm saying? Very dope vibe. You know what I'm saying? And then I met y'all at the I don't know what the name of that place was that we was at.
The Sombra.
Okay, yeah. We met y'all there.
Live
vibe, and then we went to the Skrilla joint after that.
Yeah,
you know it's been a vibe for sure.
Fake rares. But before we get too crazy, man,
yeah,
let's definitely get a little context to who we actually got on the show with us. And Supreme, you know what I'm saying? Coming straight from Memphis and shit. So, bro, give just a little backdrop and just who you are, who we got on the show today. Let them know.
SupremeArtDealer. I'm from Memphis. We do not consider ourselves from Tennessee. We are our own island.
Really? That's like Baltimore and Maryland type shit.
Yeah, Baltimore and DMV. So like,
I never knew that. So Memphis really Memphis is its own kind of culture within Tennessee.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Most definitely. I've been doing art 16 years, photographer first, videographer, graphics, 3D animation, whatever you need it, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what I be on. You know what I'm saying? It's just a blessing to be here. This guy right here beside me, Brooke, really put me in the game as far as just even getting into Web3. I was working in the music industry, doing a few things in that. And bro, like we used to talk on Clubhouse all the time. I had a room called Smoking Tree, Sipping Tea.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? We just be in there talking, and then Brooke hit me in the DMs one day. It was just like, look, hey, yo, shit dope. I'm trying to work with you. Let's do some NFTs, get yourself in the game. And then we did the first collab together. You know what I'm saying? Like my
MetaMask.
That shit went up. And and it's kind of full circle, just kind of even how this thing going, because it's like we down here in Miami, Skrilla bought one of the pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like he was, so it's really, really dope. Like I was literally outside talking earlier, just kind of just like it really ain't even kind of set in. Like everything that's been going on for especially like the last couple of months, has been kind of like just hitting, boom, boom, boom. And I just been kind of like really just staying balanced. I think it's really on purpose though, because I don't ever want to get to the point where it's just kind of like
burn out.
What I'm saying? Ego. Crash out. You know what I'm saying? Type shit and start talking.
Yeah.
No, I talk shit for sure, but at the same time, it's just kind of like just
you're not taking it for granted.
Hell no.
Yeah, 100%. And it sounds like when you're working on shit, especially when you're in a new space, it seems like I kind of use this analogy like if you got a wheel, you know what I'm saying? You're like rolling the wheel up the hill, and then it gets to a point where that shit starts to kind of coast on its own. Like maybe if you hit a whatever they call that, plateau or like a valley or some shit, and that shit starts to now roll by itself. You know what I'm saying? But you put in the initial work that even gets the shit rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Like the avalanche, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes
100%.
that shit get too big. It's like, yo, that's why you always gotta keep your shit in check. But now for sure,
100%.
Really dope.
But I would ask like, how has, because it sounds like we was talking a little bit yesterday. It sounds like this. First of all, you said Brooke brought you in the Web3 space. Like, same with me. We in the same boat. Like, really, Brooke really like sat me down and not just told me about it, but like showed me how to do it. Like, sat me down, showed me how to start how to like set up my first wallet, bought my first NFTs on NBA Top Shot with him. You know what I'm saying? So like, definitely,
man,
you've been that teacher.
What a rug!
Yeah. What a rug! You said a rug,
man. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's just something that passed its time.
You're right.
You call it a rug? Like, I think they were trying to make it work. Like,
it's jokes, obviously.
Okay.
It's the main brands, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Run away with it.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
But it's so funny how that was like really a lot of people.
It was the thing
into the shit. Because as
100%.
soon as boom, we was on that ETH blockchain, it was quiet for that. We were like, yo, is that even like an NFT for real? Like,
yeah, 100%.
It was
you're using cash
right.
to exchange. You know what I'm saying? You're using your regular debit card to get the shit. But I mean, the thing that was exciting about it for me was the ROI. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, it was in a time. It's crazy because I was talking about this at the Hacker House yesterday. I was talking to somebody who asked me like how new or young I feel in the space, and I was like, I feel pretty new in the space.
Right.
And then I was telling him how I got in, and I was like, yeah, like we were talking about how right now he was saying how like there's a winter coming for NFTs, and I was like, yeah, I feel like we're in it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like because I remember a time where you bought any NFT, anyone, that joint is appreciating by a lot in a little bit of time. Like it really didn't matter what joint you had. Like if you just had it, chances are you wait a couple weeks and it's worth more than what you got it for. Now it's not so much like that. Like it's not any NFT will do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I was saying to him. I remember like with Top Shot, any joint you bought like 3 weeks later, that shit could be worth more. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, but how do y'all feel? Like, do y'all feel like we're in a NFT winter, or you feel like there's one coming, one that kind of already passed? Like, how do you feel about that statement?
How you feel about that, Supreme?
I'll be paying attention.
Like, you do you.
To be honest, I really just be doing me.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
I pay attention to like what Brew got going on and anybody he associated with, and then just people that I like, just like they art and enjoy them. But you know, I used to pay attention a little bit to like what the masses was talking about, and I was just like, man, these niggas full of shit. So
that's a big fact. Like any market, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
you
know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I really be kind of trying to just stay, just focused. Tunnel vision, bro. Like, that's just been me in general, just with my
it makes
like,
sense.
You know how like Lil Wayne used to always say, like, I only listen to my
I only listen to myself.
I really be like, only be on what I'm on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't really be, because it's like once you kind of like start looking at everything else, or even other people's arts and what's people selling and this and that, and the third, it kind of start making you start trying to make something or gravitate to the energy,
kind of emulate that.
It's like, oh, if they doing that, and I could do that, I can make a sale or whatever. And it's like, nah, I don't even work like that.
Real, bro. And that's really, bro. That's speaking to exactly why you seeing, like if you were the one-on-one artist, or you're somebody that's not necessarily trying to mass produce artists, like, yo, stay your course and find your lane, find your market. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you progressing within your work, like, you can get some traction for yourself in this shit. 100%. But this kind of thing is, you know, people think Web3 is a substitute for actually having to grind and still put in the same type of work, if not more, than what you had to do previously. And that's the whole little, you know, the whole little kill. That's a big misconception to it. This ain't no genie in the bottle shit, but at the same time, too, it's like, you know, the playing field in a way is kind of enabled for you. It's like, yo, you know, you can really like spread your wings out here and really make shit
I would
shake.
say the playing field has become more level because it's like everybody's new. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's new. Like even the famous people are new. You know what I'm saying?
Have
like,
a little economy just based off of your shit, as opposed to when you really think about it, especially like for a lot of digital artists and content creators that be using the social media platforms. It's like, damn, this wasn't anything but a post previously. This wasn't anything but post, especially shit if we talking about shit that's in my portfolio. Shit that you create
like
for
NFTs
yourself.
And stuff like that. Literally, you take any like any 15-second video clip. That's an NFT.
You know what I'm saying?
But we were just giving that out as like promo for something or like what, just content. Like it's crazy how content in Web 2 is content. In Web 3, it's like your product.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's like
it is
access. It can be the utility and shit like
100%.
that, you know what I'm saying,
bro, that's so interesting.
Nah, but like with this little NFT talk, you know what I'm saying? It's only right. Definitely wanted to transition into, you know, you got this collection, bro.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's 88 NFTs. You know,
let's talk about that.
Definitely want to delve into that for sure, bro. Because I remember like first initially when you came into the space, like you said, like we did the collabs, and I know even when you did your Genesis, like you was mad intentional about it. It was mad months like before you had even dropped that shit. So even before you even get all the way into the 88 NFTs, could you even talk about your approach to even dropping like your first just boom coming onto the blockchain solely? Like how'd you want to approach that? Like, because I know you wasn't off some boom, let me go flip. You were like, nah, I'm trying to do this shit the right way. So how'd you go about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was just more so like I'm a person who like to study the game. You know what I'm saying? I look up to people like Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing about Kobe, what made Kobe good is that he studied the game. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that I pay attention to, even like my pops, like he's really popping in the food business. And he studied what he doing. Like he do research, he do the background checks. He try to make sure, like before he jump into something, that it's gonna go the right way. So you know, same thing with me. You know what I'm saying? It was like a lot of words that I was just kind of like, I'm smart and intelligent, but I was just like, man, what the fuck does even mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, people just throwing me words, and I couldn't really have the conversation with them at first.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, let me like actually. I was trying to search to see if I even had like a 1-page kind of joint.
With all the terminology and shit like that.
Be like a Bible or something.
Yeah, hey, somebody's gonna put that together. You know what's funny though? I feel like with any industry, like experience will kind of help you with that. But like any industry is really just like knowing the terminology. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing what people are talking about, knowing what information is important and where you find that important information. Like that's really what it means to succeed in the industry or be in an industry. You gotta know the terminology.
Yeah, 100%. But sometimes that you know, that'll go over people's head because sometimes people just want to do what it is they want to do, but it's like, bro, you have to understand you gotta have your toolbox.
But that's why people don't be understanding. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like what makes, you know, a restaurateur is like they know what to look for. You know what I'm saying? They know what to talk about. You know what I'm saying? What makes a business person a business person? They know like what P&Ls mean. They know, you know what I'm saying? They just know this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's but what people don't see that. You know what I'm saying? People see like if you say I'm a real estate agent, people just see houses. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's making money selling houses. You know what I'm saying? So when you started, when you first came in, what was your approach to learning? Like, what was your approach to that?
Connecting with folks like Brooke, and then there's a couple other people I met, you know what I'm saying, where they was just sending me information, and I was just reading articles and just, you know what I'm saying, just understanding like, hey, you jump in this joint, this might not be a situation to where like you actually might even get a sale. You might not progress for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And then I had, you know, a few people just helping or whatnot, because at the time before I even dropped the NFT, what was really working for me, I was making NFTs for people. You know what I'm saying? I was just creating the content. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I went in, I hadn't even been on the blockchain myself.
Commission vibes, right?
But you had work out there.
Yeah. Commission.
Yeah.
Very
so
dope.
It was just like I was just doing projects with people, and it was just like, and even some of them collabs that even came out yet, you know what I'm saying? Like this was like last year, you know what I'm saying? So where it was just like really just building that up, and then it was just like, all right, man, like I think I got the gist of it. And because the thing is, even from a Web 2 standpoint, I've always produced a lot of art. Like I just always been there, because it's like shit, I can't take this shit with you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, whatever I feel like I can do, I like a challenge. I just like doing it. Whatever on my mind, but just put it out. If I'm taking pictures, I'm doing like a visualizer, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna just put the shit out. And so I was just like, you all right, I'm gonna do the same shit I was doing, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram. And when I was on Twitter before Twitter became like the hub for Web3, I was just like, shit, well, I've been here before, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, all right, I'm gonna just start minting like crazy. But when I had first minute, I didn't realize I had to pay some damn gas. I'm like, I'm posting shit. I'm like, damn, niggas ain't even checking me out. And I was like, And then somebody was like, look, man, you got to put your money where your mouth is, bro. Like, ain't nobody really finna just fuck with you if you ain't pay the gas fee. This is when gas fees were ridiculous.
Going crazy,
So, I had to figure out how to make that, situation, move or whatever. And then after that, we started getting on the blockchain and then, cause this, I started my 88 NFT project in October. So like 2 months before that, I just had a lot of stuff I just put up there, you know what I'm saying? But I was still kind of heavy in the Web 2 space, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the thing too that kind of kept me afloat just in general, because I wasn't, and it's not no knock to anybody, but it's like a lot of people, they didn't like what was going on in Web 2 in the industries, music, fashion, whatever you was in. And I felt the same way, but I was like, shit, I got to pay bills, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm going to still do this. And then once I kind of get myself in a space to where I can actually really focus on what I'm trying to do in Web 3, I can get to that point. And then that's when it ran into October. And that's like when 88 NFTs was just like, let me hold myself accountable to just do a project. Because like, even with me being a person who does commissions for people, I'm always doing art for everybody else. And so it's like, it's not necessarily a reflection. It is a reflection of me.
In a way, people's ideas. You're bringing other people's ideas to life.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was just kind of like, man, or I was just doing work for promo just to, get people to, jump in or whatnot. So now it's just like, man, in the 16 years of me doing, work, I had never really just did something for myself. I've always been like the person doing service for everybody else. And then, so I was just like, man, and I was like, I'm at the point, like I'm 34 now. So it's just like, I was at the point where it's like, it's about time to transition. Cause like, I ain't gonna lie, doing services for people is a pain in the ass, bro.
Yeah. Like, bro, I know. Yeah. It's a big fact. It's only, but it's not even like, it's crazy because it's a double-edged sword. Like, it's like, I enjoy it because, it pays the bills, and it's also a way to get your creativity off. Like, it's much better to get paid to get your creativity off than to get paid to do some other shit that you absolutely don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? So like, in that regard, it's lit. But on the other hand, sometimes I would rather spend, it's kind of like the working for somebody else thing. It's like sometimes I would still just rather spend my creativity on things that I want to, what I'm saying, create. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes what happens with client services is like you express your vision through their vision, and it's like, even that is not what they wanted. So
and he was like, but you booked me for my vision. Hey, yo, very crazy.
Like, but I think I want you to do it like this. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, be you. But you know what I'm saying? I want you to do it like this. So like, no, I feel that it's a double-edged sword for real. You know what I'm saying? And I also resonate with what you're saying in the sense of like, I feel like I've kind of come to that point too, where it's like, damn, I feel like I need to like bring more ideas to the fold from a creative standpoint, as opposed to just like promoting shit or just like making content for content's sake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that was the thing, man. It just kind of got to a point where it should be overbearing. And then it's like the money don't really be worth what you actually doing, or people just don't understand, like, like, especially when I transition into doing like 3D animation, it's like, man, rendering, like, I'd be like, folks hit me like, what's up with the video, bro? I'm like, dog, it's rendering. Like, that shit take time. Like, it's not
a lot of time. Like a lot of time. See,
like,
sometimes you say it takes time and people don't even understand how much time. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, we doing shit like Pixar. You know what I'm saying? Like, like this shit is, Disney can be on somebody. You can be on my ass when you like, and I ain't saying like I'm a slave to no money, but it's like, you paying like $1 million for me to do 3D animation. All right, but it's like, dog, I'm giving you a deal. Like I was doing a deal where I was giving niggas 5 3D videos for $250.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And niggas was just like rushing, and I was just like, bro, like, let me map this shit out.
Yeah,
like, I know what
100%.
I'm doing, bro. I'm proving. Like, I've been in the game for a long time, dog. Like, but this shit take time. It's like, it's a lot of other things with this to where you can really use this. I'm really giving you something, bro, to where like you can go take this and really make money off of this shit for the rest of your life if you go about it. You know what I'm saying?
Like you're giving them an asset almost.
Giving the assets and shit. So it's just like, I just got burnt out. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, so it was just kind of like, man, I'm just gonna start doing shit for myself.
And that, with that 88, was that when you dropped it, was it like an everyday thing for 88 straight days? Or
it was just like,
what's the manifestation of that
type shit?
It was like I had 88 because it was it was on October 3rd. And I'm really big on like threes, and my birthday's on the 13th of January, but I'm just big on threes anyways.
Right.
And then I was just like, damn, it's October 3rd. It's actually 88 days left in the year or whatever. I'm born in 88. So I was just like, shit, I'm just gonna drop a project called 88 NFTs. And I'm gonna just drop 88 pieces just based off of my mind and what I feel. But see, in the midst of the time though, it was just like the first mint was just me just saying that or whatever. And I screenshotted it and I posted it. I was just like, shit, I seen everybody else do it.
Yeah, that's what motherfuckers be doing. Motherfuckers be mentioning phrases and sentences.
There was the one time I actually, it was just like, all right. But I did that more so on some like holding myself accountable type shit. Like,
you got to see, you got to test the waters.
Bro. So it's like, you can't lie to yourself about doing this, my nigga. Like, you got to stay on it. And then right after that, that's when Facebook shut down. You remember when Facebook
had that little meltdown?
Yeah. And then that was like the second post. And then it's just like, you know, I'm staying in Memphis or whatever, and then it's like a lot of shit going on in the city, and then Dolph got murdered, and then that's when it was just kind of like the whole situation with 88 NFTs just kind of revolutionized into a whole other thing, you know what I'm saying, where it was just like Memphis ain't really one of those cities where it's like right now where it's like from a tourist standpoint, do I advise people to come? Nah, like unless you're gonna be in Midtown or downtown, but it's like crime has already been just a crazy thing just in the city, just in general. Like we got a Tennessee passed a law to where it's an open carry, you know, we're an open carry state now. Now Memphis is the only predominantly black city, you know what I'm saying, in Tennessee, just in general. So just based off of proximity, black on black crime, all that, you already know what that is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like a lot of youngins is out here whacking each other, and then it's just like what I said with the situation with Dom. It was just kind of like fuck. So it really made me kind of be like, all right, let me go deeper in my bag, in my mind, and being able to express what's really going on with Memphis, with how I feel about racism, how I feel about, you know what I'm saying, the justice system, how I feel about crime, and just things personal to me, and just really being more open and creating. Because like, I barely talk about art. I barely talk about the art. I'm not really one of them cats who really be like, it'd be up for your interpretation. I talk here and there about it, but it's just like kind of, I've always just kind of been this guy where it's like, and maybe that's a bad thing. I ain't saying like this on some shit, but it's like people always compliment my art. So I've never known if I ever dropped some shit and it actually sucked. You know what I'm saying? Right, so it's just kind of like, so therefore it's like I ain't never had to really talk about it. People just take what they want from it. And, you know, this and the third, but it was just like with the 88 NFTs, I was just like, yo, I'm gonna push these NFTs out, but if I ever get the opportunity to start speaking in spaces and talking, it's gonna be more so about putting the spotlight on Memphis, because everybody talks about community in a space where I'm like, shit.
Put Twitter, up or shut up, nigga.
Yeah. Because it's like the internet community, that's cool, whatever, but it's like shit, we outside, like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm around that shit. Like it don't really matter where you at in Memphis, like some shit could go down at any time. Like it's not one of them cities where it's just like, even if you in the suburbs of in a nice area, it's kind of like you good. Like you gotta worry about that shit everywhere. Yeah. So it's just like being able to maintain that and then create and put that energy into the art. I was just like, look, man, like this is what's gonna happen. And then also too, I'm gonna take, you know, half of the proceeds that I made off the project and just start donating it into the community and helping out kids, elders. And I've been doing a lot of this shit. I just ain't one of them niggas who like post about the shit. Being from Memphis, bro, like even if you do charity, your ass can get killed. We just seen it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like Dog used to do a lot of shit for a lot of people in Memphis. Like he took care of single mothers, women who went through domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? Like kids of his own family, and just put on a lot of people, and they still killed that man. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what, you know, being from the streets or whatever, but the dude had changed, and he ain't never really been no bad guy, no bullshit like that. No way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he was a street dude for real, but he really supported South Memphis, and he supported the whole Memphis. And it was just like, shit, at the age I'm at, I'm 34, you know what I'm saying? And me and my homies, we all in our 30s. And it's just like, what can we do better for Memphis that didn't happen for us when we was younger? And so it's like, and we still figuring it out. We still doing what we, you know, trying to really roadmap this out the right way. But it's just like so many people paid it forward for being my career. and looked out for me. I've been very, very blessed. Like I've been very, very blessed. Like I can't really make a complaint really about anything. It's been times where I've been down and out, struggling, survival mode. You know how this shit is.
Yeah.
Just making the wrong decisions. But I had people who like come grab me and just be like, I got you, bro. You can stay with me. We gonna make sure you straight.
Yeah.
Put some money behind me and just, you know, let's figure this out. Let's do this and then the third. So that's the same shit that I'm just kind of doing like in Memphis, where it's like some of my cats who like, you know what I'm saying, this in the streets, some of the young homies, it's just like, look, bro, like, I know you got to do what you got to do to take care of yourself and take care of your family and just trying to figure that shit out. But look, here goes another opportunity. I'm about to just throw you this bread, bro. Like, I got this shit off the blockchain, bro.
Off the blockchain.
Yeah, just hitting the nigga with the saying the block, you know what I'm saying? On the block, it's just like, man, what is that?
Yep.
And then just started breaking it down and being like, yo, this is what I got going on. I need you on my side, bro. Like, we got to get a lot of more of these youth out the street, because it's just like you either going to end up dead or in jail. We hear it all the time. But for Memphis, that shit is really real. Really real. Yeah. Like, it's really weird. Really weird.
Really weird and real.
Really real.
Really, so, bro, like, so, you know, it's really tough. That's because it seems like, you know, through your project at the same time, you really trying to show niggas like, yo, I'm not trying to sell you some hope. This is really happening type shit. And now that we at this point, you started this collection, it's tough as hell because you actually 12 NFTs away from actually selling out the whole shit.
Yeah.
And one thing I was going to ask is, like, when did you drop the 88th NFT? And then when did the traction somewhat started to pick up? Like, so it's like, boom, I just dropped this shit, trying to see how people receive them. Were people buying as you went? Like, how did that go?
I ain't gonna lie. I really didn't even get a buy until shit. I'll take that back. Probably about like the 15th or 16th one. Skrilla.
Hey, tough.
Again, Skrilla bought one. And somebody else bought one. But then by the time I hit probably like 60 of them, it's this cat named Reggie. Shout out to Reggie. He had did some support for somebody, and I was just commending him because I was just like, man, that shit dope as hell.
Right.
And then the next thing I know, bro bought like 7 of my shits and then like passed it on to like other people.
Damn.
And like to this like this network, and then the next thing you know, item sold. Like,
and that OpenSea email, y'all, feel good. Feels nice. Feels nice when it's that item
better
sold.
than seeing that joint.
No bullshit. And so, like, you know, Reggie really like helped it out a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then they homies started buying it, and then they was putting their homies onto it, and then also too, I was just talking to my homies in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just letting them know what I got going on, and then they would sign up. Get them a wallet, get them a wallet, you know, download Coinbase, however or whatever, you know what I'm saying, they wanted to use, and they just supported it, you know what I'm saying.
That was actually a question I wanted to ask you, like when saying, you know what I'm saying, coming from where you come from, like, was it like, were you the only one in your group and like your kind of like your circle that was on the blockchain on NFTs? Did you have to kind of bring your homies in?
Blockchain, but my homies is like they was already in the crypto.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they was like staking, like they just that's what they do.
They weren't brand new to the concept.
Nah, they weren't brand new to the concept at all. Shout out to the guys, Tradon, they're my guys, man. X, Shelton, Space Age, Trace, you know what I'm saying? That's the game. And so we already, like, you know what I'm saying, was on it. But I was just kind of like the first one to just kind of just jump out and just really started, you know, jumping on the blockchain for real.
Yeah.
And they gave me my full support, you know what I'm saying, like provided me studio space for me to just create where I ain't had to be I could just be by myself, music loud, smoke my tree, and just really just get to it, and just whatever I felt like doing, they really provided the space for me. So it was just always a support there. And then, of course, you know what I'm saying, they jumped in too and started showing love. So and then just friends who was just like, yo, I heard that's the guy to do the NFTs, you know what I'm saying? I be DJing and shit, you know what I'm saying? And somebody be like, I heard you do NFTs, like, I'm trying to get into it. I be like, look, my shit ain't no flip, but hey, this is what's gonna happen. Like, you know, you're gonna put some money in my pocket for sure. But at the same time too, we helping the kids with this shit, and we doing stuff in our community. And
you got a little alpha too, don't you? You got some
I
coming for your holders, right? You always be
I do got some alpha.
Stay in tune with them, man.
I do got some alpha, like some real alpha, like it's major, like it's really major. I just can't, do to them.
Yep.
But
stay in tune.
If you pay attention to, social media, y'all know what's going on.
Yeah,
man.
definitely stay in tune.
This is gonna
with
be
that.
Bro. I mean, this fucking week though, this shit really been, so far, it been real clutch with these plugins. I'm glad Mac just touched down. Mac here for
literally for a couple days.
We're gonna have it up.
But you know what's crazy?
Have a great day today.
Even in the small time, great day yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to whatever we get into today. But I think being out here, bro, it makes me feel like, bro, like it's like if you're tapped in with the internet like back in the fucking 90s, bro. It's like I'm glad I'm meeting the people that I'm meeting. Yeah, like it's really kind of invigorating to kind of be out here and be tapped in with people who are on the same wave that I'm on, but also like on in different tiers of it. You know what I'm saying? So like, bro, again, like I feel like we keep saying this, but like it feels like the playing field is level, bro. Like
100%.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, fucking Gary V and Tim Tebow were at the Hacker House the other day, just walking around like they were like, but also too like they're treated like they're one of everybody else, because in this space they are like everybody's kind of the same. Everybody's trying to learn something from everybody. I was talking to a dude yesterday who you know what I'm saying? He was literally just was like, hey, like, what's up, man? And I was like, what's up? And we started talking. He told me he is a podcaster. He's been podcasting for like 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, told me that I like there's a lot that I could learn from him. You know what I'm saying? We exchanged contacts. So I'm like, damn, even in this, like, but like that was the guy that I was saying that he was saying he was super new into NFTs, was asking me like, what's, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's it been like since fucking 20, I think I got into it like 2019. So not even that long. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, well, what is it? He was looking at me like I was way more experienced than him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And it's kind of like, to your point, it's like within this space, and I feel like you should try to have this mindset within any space you're in, but particularly in this new digital age, man, there's nobody that's about to tell you what lane is for you or not for you. So by all means, explore, tap in, try to get this information to see how it's relevant to what it is that you got going on. And sometimes it's like, just because you may think you want to do this role within a space, don't block out all these opportunities for you to actually add value in all these other ways within the same space. Sometimes you just got to reverse engineer your way to where the fuck you're trying to be. You just can't just come out the gate maybe trying to get what it. So like myself, I would have never told you I'd be doing like consulting or educating and shit like that. But I'm like, yo, that's where the bag was. So you know what I'm saying? I just added it into the repertoire. And it's like, now I'm doing that. Network expanded.
Well, when you say you never thought you would be doing it, is it because you didn't see yourself as that kind of expert?
In this space.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Yeah. Like because you didn't see. Because the thing is, like, two people sitting right here talking about how like you taught us. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say this real quick? Hey, y'all niggas got to start showing this nigga more respect.
Yeah.
Like, this is my dog, bro. He humping all this shit, man. But it's
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, why did you think you weren't gonna be doing? Or I mean, but also like that's a normal feeling of like,
because off some real shit. I'm like, nigga, I'll be really creating. Like, I really be creating some artists.
You're a real creator.
Yeah. Like off the artistry, that's what I'm focused on.
It's like you want to get on the phone, but it's like, bro, I'm editing right now. It's like, yo, can I just take you to coffee or some shit?
So what I mean more so like that, and that's necessarily like sleeping on myself, but it'd be off some. I'm doing all this shit. Niggas asking questions that I actually got some answers to. I'd be like, I ain't no, expert, but I'll bring you up to where I'm at.
Yeah.
This is happening so much so it's like, yo, this is actually a little time consuming, actually. And then it's like, okay, let's make it at least worth my while.
100%.
So then I'm like, damn, I didn't foresee myself doing this, but at the same time, like, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, this is a bet.
And you put it out there and people bid. You
exactly.
know what I'm saying?
And then the network expands, but then it kind of like, but then it gets me into something where I did the fucking collection. Shout out Supreme for being the first collect, and shout out my boy Cheese for being the first two collectors of that Hyattsville Youth Collection.
Yeah.
So all of that shit gets me in a position like that, and now this shit feel good. Obviously, the county got me right with that check, so you know what I'm saying? We appreciate that.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I'm saying? To be able to put the kids on game like that and put them on, now I'm like, damn. Now, a role that I didn't really necessarily expect myself to be in put me into this opportunity that I'm glad that I got. And now I'm just like in the grand scheme of things, you always got to think about how you can leverage your experiences. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, say less. All I'm doing is just getting more experience to be able to do other things at a bigger scale. So it's lit, just putting all this shit together, bro. But like, shit definitely lit, man.
Nah, for sure. Real quick, let's just take a little quick commercial break. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna be back. We got a lot more to talk about with the guys, so we'll be right back.
Make sure my vocals right. Make sure the beat right. Welcome to the 5th show.
Time to cuff.
Powered by It's Nation TV.
My God! Oh, no!
It's Nation TV. That's why you try to get in line.
Play, execute, have fun, dub.
I can do a lot more than what I think I can.
What's goody, everybody? This is Brooke Facile, and you are now tuned into Early, the morning podcast, where we talk about a multitude of different topics, where you're bound to hear something that's of interest to you as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to It's Nation TV. If you're catching this on Facebook, go ahead and go ahead and comment, engage with us, and you can go ahead and follow me at Brooke Facile, and you can follow my Brody Mac at itsnation.com.
Y'all know I make a lot of podcasts, and every podcast needs a website. Literally, I've tried to put all of my podcasts on one website, It's Nation TV, but I've definitely gotten to a point where I've realized that in order for each podcast to grow individually on its own, each podcast needs its own website. And the easiest way to make a website for your podcast is on podpage.com. Like, literally, it's the easiest way to make a website for your podcast. Like, dog, I'll do it right now. Like, literally. All you got to do is go to podpage.com. You know what I'm saying? If you got your podcast on Apple Podcasts, you literally type the name of your podcast in. You know what I'm saying? You type in the email for your account, and boom, it literally, dog, I don't know how it does it. It's magic. It literally pulls up a bunch of different website templates from your podcast. And that's not even the crazy part. What's crazy is all of this is free. They got different tiers. They got a pro tier. They got a basic tier. Then they got the free tier. You know what I'm saying? The pro tier is definitely the way to go if you're taking your podcast seriously. But like with all of the tools that podpage.com gives you, it's well worth the bread. Like well worth the bread that it is. Check the link in the description to get started with podpage.com. It's literally going to be the best thing you've done for your podcast.
Early. We back. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, though.
Yeah, we're back with it.
Hey, man.
Yeah, man. So we out here, Bitcoin Miami. It's been dope so far. What's on the agenda for like the rest of the when is this thing?
So bro, so you know it's funny.
Yeah,
this shit's actually like a month-long thing, guys.
Motherfuckers, I've been talking to people. Motherfuckers been here since like last Tuesday.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yo,
like,
bro, my nigga hit me up. He was like, yo, I seen you down in Miami. What you down there for? I was like, yes, crypto shit. He was like, oh, it's in the tech week. Doesn't it start on the 14th? I was like, bro, I don't even know about that. It's a Bitcoin, man.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's some tech shit though too.
Yeah, a couple people, like one person I was talking to yesterday said that. Well, also Miami's the kind of place where they be having these things. It's like almost every week is a week where like there's something going on that is bringing people from out of town. You know what I'm saying? Almost every week. So, yeah. Were you about to say something?
No.
Okay, but I was gonna ask like have y'all seen the Miami Bull joint, the bull statue? I thought that was so interesting.
Yeah,
dog.
You gotta see it.
I gotta like go and peep it. Where is it? Do you know?
It's at the conference.
Oh, okay. Word. Yeah, like that joint looked crazy because you know how like New York got its stock exchange bull.
I'm gonna tell
like,
you, bro. Like it's really
pretty dope.
It was so fucking even in the conference when I was in that joint, right? The convention center. It was funny as hell because I'm looking at all these booths, all these projects, and I'm like. Y'all not all gonna make it. Like It's bro.
I mean,
bro,
no, you're
bro,
big. No,
bro.
I mean, it's just
Hey,
the
bro,
fact of
it's
the
a-
matter.
it's a-
But
it's
it's
thousands
so
of-
funny
Nah,
that
real
That ain't-
shit.
that ain't
Real
the-
shit.
Look, I'm gonna tell
you're
you
not
the real
gonna make
takeaway.
it. You're not gonna make
That ain't the
it.
takeaway, right? But I'm like, so I'm getting to. I'm like, damn. I'm like, there's a lot of people out here trying to get their shit on and everything like that. Like, not everybody gonna make it. But at the same time, too, I'm like, damn, this is because the first day, right, mind you, was the whale day. So yesterday started, and then for the rest of the actual conference, it's now open general admission, so it'll be a lot more packed. But the first day initially was really people trying to pitch their shit, trying to secure some investments or whatever the fuck. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
So
like,
you're hearing
people,
like business pitches, and you're hearing like
what
what people saying their
you
mission
hearing
is,
some
mission
shit, bro.
statements.
On the spot.
Oh, word.
Depending on, bro, like
Depending on the
literally,
situation.
exactly, bro. Like depending on what type of booth you wanted, any type of interest that you had, and it was like integrated with the blockchain. Like you could go to that, and not everybody was like, by all means, selling you on some shit. Some people were literally there for the awareness. Like they paid for this booth just to be like, yo, I'm talking.
Like they got money,
bro. Cuz to talk about, the product doesn't come till second quarter 2023, but we're like I'm like, okay, word, you really still on the ball.
See,
early
I feel like that's something I want to check out because I want to see like some of these. I want to see what other industries are on the blockchain or like coming to the blockchain. 100%. That I'm, like I work in healthcare, so like I'm definitely trying to like see like what healthcare companies and how are healthcare companies like integrating the blockchain and all this type of shit. At the Solana house yesterday, there was a guy talking about sports betting. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing like sports betting into the blockchain. So there's definitely like these industries that I'm like, oh yeah, like because you know. Bro. You always see the gaming and you always see the art and all that type of regular
real estate,
stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna see at the conference exactly what you say. You're gonna see the gaming. You're gonna see the mining. There's some mining. It's heavy.
The mining.
There's actually you'll see some setups. You can really just pull up to them and shit like that.
I think that was like the most amazing thing I saw was the mining shit. I was really like, yo, like. They really going crazy with this. 100%. I ain't gonna lie, the wildest shit I seen yesterday is like nigga had some shit called Bitcoin panties, and I was just like, yo,
Bitcoin panties?
Word.
Yeah.
What was that?
What's the mission statement?
It was
a booth for this.
It was two dudes selling Bitcoin panties, and I was like, they had a whole booth, and I'm like, these are men. Selling panties. I definitely didn't walk.
You're not gonna make it. It's like,
that shit weird as fuck.
It is funny to go to a conference. No, but like just like you said though, it's funny because like some of these joints aren't. You know what I'm saying? It'll be interesting to see the joints that do because you know what I'm saying. I'm sure there's gonna be a joint. 5 years from now, that's the leader in their thing, and you're gonna be like, I remember seeing them at the. I rember seeing their booth or whatever the fuck.
It was just amazing seeing how you know how much the tickets is to be there. I'm like, a nigga spent this much on a booth to sell some Bitcoin panties. You a wild boy.
Hey man, that's. I wonder what the strategy behind that is because I think it's like that whoever you're in front of is like the kind of person you're in front of,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like when you get booths at these kind of events,
this was the only place I could.
Where else you gonna sell this shit? You're not gonna sell this shit at the mall where motherfuckers don't really know what Bitcoin is.
It was crazy too, because like shout out again to Skrilla, because literally after that shit, this guy gave this dude Preem some yacht tickets, and then Supreme was like, "Yo, we off on the yacht." That shit right. I was like down the street.
Word, yeah.
Bro, we left the conference, went on to this yacht party. Vibes, you know what I'm saying?
Big vibes.
With a little champagne and all that, with herbs and all that. Getting
shout out to the lobster ravioli.
Yeah. Hey, Pete. So Pete,
and the coconut rice.
Hey, it's crazy because this is what happened. We on this joint. Next thing I know, Bone, this joint started leaving the dock. I said, "Oh."
He said, "Whoa."
I said, "Oh, all right."
All
right, it's a vibe. Next thing I know, like, now we really out at bay for real. I'm like, oh, niggas trapped on the yacht. Like, say less.
Literally.
Like, and then that's when I found out that yacht had, like, I thought it was 2 floors because I had pulled up, boom, got in the joint. And then the whole time I was like, I actually had to pass the first floor to get up to these first 2 floors. Nigga, they was like, nigga, this is that dinner downstairs. Nigga, it was a dining hall.
Damn.
Everybody sitting down, dining hall.
Whose boat was like, whose party was it? I said whose boat.
It was a rare party.
It was a Rare Pepe.
Rare Pepe. Oh, okay.
The cat name is Sean.
Sean, right? Yeah,
Sean.
Yeah, and the Rare Pepes is what we was at the gallery we was at last night.
Yeah.
I like that
shit was hard. That
brand
little
of work.
holographic
That's
shit
what I
was
like,
hard,
all the
bro.
work that was in there was very
It's the
lit.
craziest thing that I was just talking to one of them about it. I was just like, now like I know what I do, and just other artists in general, like just on the Ethereum side of things or whatever, Tezos, whatever. But the fact that like it's so many different derivatives of the Pepe fraud.
Yeah,
That's some hard shit to do, like to
Facts.
constantly make something different.
Yeah.
And like
Over,
and then I would go
over,
look, it was like one of the pictures in there, it was like over probably like, man, about 2,000 like of the trading cards into one picture
Yeah, I
that made a
seen
big
that. That
fraud.
was
And I was
hard
just like,
as
damn,
fuck.
all of this shit is different.
Yeah.
Like people really sleep on them, bro. Like,
Yeah, nah, for
you know what I'm saying?
It's the
Granted,
OG community,
it's the
man.
OG community
Shit, they
really
sleep on
like
it,
they and then also too, we got cards.
Yeah. I remember you showed me
know
the
what I'm saying?
joint.
That shit was hard.
Oh,
you know?
so that was the on the yacht.
Like the dude just gave him out. Like I was just
Hold
like
up.
he got to go.
Yeah.
We was
'Cause I
smoking, we was smoking
remember,
some tree, bro, and I was just like, yo, this nigga giving out. I'm like, seeing somebody get one. I'm like, shit, I want one of them motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
I ain't never. It's like I own a Bitcoin NFC now.
Yeah.
Can't too many people say that.
Yeah.
They got it for free.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that shit hard. Yeah, that shit hard.
That shit was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like,
these joints are
oh
tough.
yeah, some real collectible shit.
Nah,
Putting
big
that shit
facts.
on
This is
ice.
oh my god, this is very tough.
Yeah,
Yeah, that shit
is very
it's
tough.
crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
man, I'm
And I feel like I've been seeing people like display NFT type shit in these kind of like
and infinity
collectible
mirrors
things.
and shit.
Yeah.
Bro, this is tough. I like it.
Yeah, for sure. So shout out to you said who
What they say,
who's,
anonymous.
Anonymous. Shout out
okay.
Anonymous.
Shout out to Anonymous.
That's
Straight
what the
up.
fake rare's about, man. Yeah.
Straight up. Anything else that's going on while we out here that y'all can think
We're
of?
gonna create some more.
You said there's a breakfast with the
yeah, tomorrow with the shout out, man. Shout out T, shout out the Only Band, shout out Kel's Boogie, shout out Wealth, shout out the whole gang. Fucking they coming down to Miami as well too. They throwing like a crypto and coffee breakfast, so we'll pull up to that. But for the rest of the time here, bro, trying to get music visual done up real quick, trying to just put together some of the recaps from the events that we've been at. But yeah, just keep on pulling up and being outside. Still got a weekend out here, so trying to turn up for real.
Facts. Supreme, what you got like coming up that you excited about? I mean, we know the one joint, you know what I'm saying, that's under wraps, but like anything else you want to talk about before we kind of wrap up? I'm ready to get back into this Miami weather.
13 NFTs is the new project that's coming soon. And then I got a project with my boy that I even started this art shit with in general back in Memphis. We actually dropping a clothing brand called Every Emotion, but we also dropping a project with it too. NFT project too. So that shit is gonna be crazy. Gotta shout out Porcelain. We about to start dropping on the blockchain pretty soon with some music NFTs. And then I'm going and the other shit, I'm just DJing. Y'all need a DJ in this Web3 space or whatever. Just book me because I'm crashing shit right now. I just won my first DJ battle like last Monday, bro. So this shit was fire, bro. So
What's up?
and while we here, I'm gonna have to say it, man. I got 12 NFTs left in this collection.
Yeah,
12, y'all. 12
Alpha,
NFTs left.
Alpha.
Grab that.
Grab them. I'm trying to
and
tell y'all.
it's for a good cause too.
It's for a good cause, man.
They're definitely worth it. So definitely
Link in
gonna do
his
that.
bio.
They're on OpenSea, right?
Yeah, on OpenSea.
But the link is in your bio.
Tell the socials, by the way. Tell everybody where they can tap in with you.
SupremeArtDealer.eth on Instagram. SupremeArtDeal 2 on Twitter.
Number 2.
Okay. Number 2. Is it?
Yeah, it is. I make sure. TOO, what this nigga
That's it.
Twitter, IG.
Then I got a Telegram now too, but it's really for my collectors or whatnot. I be talking to them, just kind of letting them know what's going on.
For sure.
Because I really couldn't get down with Discord or whatever, but Telegram is for the trappers. You know,
yes, sir.
That's where I'm at.
For sure.
That's really pretty much it, man. I thank y'all for having me here
Hell
too.
Yeah, for sure. This has been a dope conversation. Yeah,
bro,
he came
it's an
out
honor.
of his shell for us, so
fact,
it's lit.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? He
Real
came out of his
nigga.
shell to do this with us.
Appreciate you,
It's
bro.
lit.
Episode
Honestly, it's
66.
been a great time. We've been having great conversations the whole
Joint
time.
on the road too, bro.
Yeah,
This is,
you know what I'm saying?
Got to
That's
get this
fire.
vibe going on. Might have to
Yeah.
make this a little thing.
Yeah, hit the road.
Hit
Like
the
early
road,
on the
that's
road.
right.
Just hit the
Uh-huh.
road. You're gonna have to come down to Memphis, you know
Memphis,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
trying
Do
to
this
tell
joint
you.
out there type
Trying to
shit.
tell you.
Wait for y'all,
But
man. Wait
yeah,
for y'all.
man. Yeah, we're not even gonna hold
Yeah, we gotta
y'all
go
too
outside,
much
man.
longer.
Everybody
You know what
enjoy
I'm
this
saying?
day.
Yeah, beautiful Miami weather out here, so we about to get back and enjoy all that. Everybody have a good weekend.
Early.
We're gonna see you same time next week, real early.
We out.
Early.